The pandemic brought along unprecedented inflation and a huge reduction in purchasing power for people all over the country. Now, several states have started plans to send out yet another stimulus to eligible recipients to the tune of hundreds of dollars. What's going on, guys? Josh Baldwin here from Mad Money Millennial, bringing you the latest news and most straightforward information out there for those of you on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and SNAP or EBT benefits. You can do me a giant favor by tapping those like and subscribe buttons. And let's get into this update on stimulus programs offered by 11 different states this spring, not only for Social Security beneficiaries, but for all residents. The coronavirus pandemic brought much needed stimulus aid to American businesses and workers to the tune of trillions of dollars. Stimulus payments came in waves, and as the pandemic lengthened, it almost seemed as if the government would continue to print money forever in order to bail out the economy. But even as widespread mask mandates and travel restrictions remained in place, the American economy enjoyed a sharp and rapid recovery. Combined with the trillions of dollars of stimulus money in the system, inflation exploded in early 2022 to levels not seen in decades. So what exactly does this mean for additional stimulus payments in the spring of 2022? So from March of 2020 to February 2022, the US government injected roughly $5 trillion in stimulus money into the economy. Of that, roughly $1.8 trillion went directly to individuals and families, while another $1.7 trillion went to businesses. But the federal government's appetite for more direct stimulus is waning. The Biden administration seems focused primarily on infrastructure spending, while many economists warn that additional stimulus would only accelerate the rise in inflation, which hit an astonishing 8.6% in March of 2022. Until this trend reverses, federal stimulus is likely still on pause, if not over completely. Although pockets of the economy are booming, the unemployment rate remains above where it stood before the pandemic, and other enhancements such as the expanded child tax credit have expired. The bottom line is that many Americans are still struggling. Against this backdrop, numerous proposals for additional stimulus have been pushed, from a fourth stimulus check to recurring $2,000 monthly payments. If the economy were to crash again, or if another coronavirus variant began once again spreading, the demand for additional stimulus may grow louder. Now, as I said, the federal government seems to be out of the stimulus business for the time being, but many states have picked up the ball and are running with their own stimulus proposals. Although not all will be approved, here's what some of the states are working on to get their residents more aid. The state of California has run a surplus for the past 2 years, and residents have benefited. In 2021 and early 2022, the state sent out 2 rounds of direct stimulus checks to residents, and in 2022, Governor Gavin Newsom proposed sending out debit cards in the amount of $400 to help offset the rising cost of gas. Residents would receive 1 card per car owned, up to a limit of 2, or $800 per household, with payments coming as early as July. As for our next state offering stimulus help, Democrats in Illinois are proposing stimulus checks that would arrive in residents' mailboxes by September, amounting to $100 per person and $50 per child in each household. The proposal would also provide up to $300 in property tax relief checks, the suspension of grocery taxes and gas tax increases for 6 months, and a freeze on school supplies taxes for 10 days in August. Residents in Idaho will be receiving rebate checks or direct deposits amounting to the greater of 12% of their 2020 taxes, or $75. The governor of Maine, Janet Mills, has proposed sending state residents stimulus checks of $850. The money will come from the state's $682 million surplus. New Mexico residents who file joint returns and have incomes under $150,000 will receive a one-time tax rebate of $500. Single filers with incomes of under $75,000 are eligible for a $250 rebate. Other credits include $1,000 for full-time hospital nurses, a refundable child tax credit of up to $175 per child, a 3-year partial income tax exemption for military retirees, and an extension of the solar market tax credit equal to 10% of qualifying purchase and installation costs. Indiana lawmakers approved an expansion of the state's $125 stimulus payments to residents to make about 450,000 low-income residents also eligible. Governor Brian Kemp recently signed stimulus payments for Georgia residents into law. These one-time refunds would be $250 for single taxpayers or married filing separately, $375 for heads of household, and $500 for joint filers. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy has proposed sending out $500 stimulus checks to low-earning taxpayers who filed using a tax identification number rather than a Social Security number, in an effort to include undocumented immigrants. Virginia legislators are hashing out the details of a potential $300 stimulus check to all Virginia taxpayers. 2 other proposed bills are looking to reduce or eliminate the state's grocery tax and suspend the state's 26.2-cent gas tax for 1 year. New York Governor Kathy Hochul has proposed a property tax rebate ranging from about $425 to $970 for low and middle income households in the state. In addition to other actions, including tax relief for businesses, the state is also implementing a suspension of the state tax on motor fuels through December. And last but not least, we have the state of Hawaii. In January, Governor David Ig proposed a $100 refund for all taxpayers and dependents. In April, the Hawaii House Committee on Finance upped the ante, approving $300 checks for taxpayers earning less than $100,000 or $100 for those making more than that. Alright guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please leave a like. Comment down below any information you might have about your own Social Security benefits in your own home state, and maybe you can help someone else out. And of course, hit that subscribe button and notification bell right next to it. Hitting that bell will make sure you get notified exactly when my videos are coming out, and not a week or two later. And lastly, if you'd like to support my channel, you can now own your very own original Mad Money Millennial t-shirt. Colors come in black, gray, red, and white. And the link to my store can be found right under this video. Alright guys, stay safe, stay hustling, and I will talk to you guys again soon.